Yes, guys, welcome back to Luke Talks Life. And right now, I am out and about. I'm waiting for my job interview, and before I actually have my job interview, I'm going to be filming two pieces of content. One for Luke Talks Life, the other one for Luke Talks Football. And you know when you go into school and you spend 5 days a week in school, there's always one glaring thing what happens, which is bullying. For those who don't know what bullying is, it's where you excessively abuse, whether that be physically or whether that be verbally, someone. So for example, making fun of someone, or pushing someone to the ground, or just excessively targeting them to the point where it's unbearable. That's what you call bullying. Now, I've dealt bullying for at least, I'd want to say 6 years, 6, 7, 8 years of my schooling, right? Probably even more than that. From, let's say, year 3 to the time I finished school. And how do you even deal with bullying? Well, that's what I want to base this video on, as it's a live channel and bullying is part of life, being made fun of, being put down on a daily basis. And it doesn't even have to just be in school, by the way. It can be online, face to face, in school, at work. Okay, it could be by a customer, wherever. It happens excessively. And I want to just base it off online and school, because there are 2 instances where I've dealt with it. So when it comes to online, okay, I think the best thing to do is to probably report it, right? Because there's a report system on every app. Now, the question is, will the actual social media companies deal with the abuse, what you're getting? The bullying, the discrimination? You could even go as far as say that. The threats, the homophobia. Well, most apps will. And that's most. But there are a few apps, like, let's say, Discord, who barely deals with it. Or at least they'll deal with it, but not send you a confirmation in an email saying, hi, we've dealt with your report. Instagram, they don't deal with it. Really, they don't. I mean, they sometimes do, just depends. YouTube, I haven't tested YouTube yet. If anyone has reported something on YouTube, let me know if they've dealt with it when it comes to excessive abuse, etc. But I'd assume they would. And other social medias, I don't know. And look, you can report it online. That's probably the best way to go about it. And also block the users. If they continue to harass you, online harassment is also something you can report to the police. Whether the police will be able to deal with it, that's a real question because of location, etc. But you can also report online harassment to the police. You can report racism, homophobia, and death threats to the police as well, as that is illegal. Now let's move on to school, because school bullying is way more noticeable and way more common, and I just want to call it way more easier to deal with. However, what most schools will do is not believe you at first. They'll ask for another side of the story, and then they'll go, who do I believe? And most of the time they will believe the victim of the bullying, of the abuse. But then there's the odd time, and look, I've dealt with this odd time before, where they'll side with the bully because of how they act in class. They will act in class differently to how they'll act outside of class. And it's kind of hard to take sides when there's no proof. And half of the staff team in school will not check CCTV. Right? But the first course of action is to report it to a teacher. If a teacher doesn't do anything, I think my next best bit of advice is to tell parents, right? And then the parents can report it to their teacher. If no further action is taken from the teachers itself, it can be moved on to the head teacher. And then action can be taken from there, because 9 times out of 10 the head teacher would side with the victim's parents and the victim itself. And if that doesn't work, then try and get video proof without getting your phone confiscated, since I know how much schools hate having phones out in lunch and break. Try and get video proof, because the best thing someone can do is to get some sort of proof, whether it be voice message or verbal abuse or whatever, and then give it to a teacher or a head teacher. Because then there's proof against the bully will 100% get, whether that be suspended or expelled, most likely suspended in most cases, on first offence, and that to be dealt with. Or 5 times out of 10, it would be a slap on the wrist. And look, how do I know this advice? Well, first of all, I got bullied, like I said, for at least 9, 7 years. And I spent a few months getting online abuse. I still get online abuse, but barely. I barely get the online bullying. And if it is online, and if the reporting isn't working out, learn how to defend yourself. You know, because the best form of defence is offence, as they say in football terms, and this can actually work out pretty well when it comes to online abuse. Being able to fight back. Okay? Chuck a few, this isn't probably my preferred route of dealing with it, but start throwing shots at them. And face to face, if you want to do it face to face, feel free, but 9 times out of 10, it will be a physical fight, physical altercation. Someone gets really hurt. Physically, not mentally, because mentally, it's actually easy to get hurt mentally, but yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Just thought I make a video on this ongoing topic. Sorry for no video yesterday. Don't really know I couldn't get videos up yesterday, but yes, I needed a day off from YouTube in general in terms of uploading. I did upload yesterday last night for the football channel, so if you want to check that out, then link in the description. Or you can search up Luke Talks Football, or you can search up a handle which says Luke Talks Footy. Luke Talks Footy. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. And peace!